Hello, everyone. Welcome to another episode of Hunt for the Paranormal. Like always, I am Jose.
I'm Mike.
Hello.
Yeah.
Aaron.
Yeah, damn right you're Aaron.
Yeah. Yes, you
I'm like,
are,
my mic wasn't working.
I was looking at the volume, guys. Damn it, kid. But yeah, so there's that. But yeah, on today's episode, we will be talking about possessed and haunted objects.
The possessed, cursed. Yeah.
Pretty much
Whatever, anything.
any kind of object that brings bad juju to you.
Yeah, and to start off, we're gonna jump into I believe it's called the Chinese wedding. It's a photo that's supposedly cursed. One of those stories where if you see this picture, then you're doomed to die.
So we're gonna die.
And it's got a pretty crazy. And if
Wait,
you're
so if we see it, we're gonna die?
Yeah, you want to see
yeah,
it?
so you already screwed. You already looked at it.
Oh, yeah, you're gonna post it
right
up for
there.
us. Yeah, post that
So if
picture
you're
up
afraid
for
of
us.
these kind of things, I'm about to post it up in 3, 2, 1, and you can skip over this moment if you don't like it. We'll keep it up for 10 seconds or so.
No, indefinite.
So this photo was taken in 1922 in a small village in China. The girl was 17 years old and came from a rich family. The young man was 19 years of age and was quite popular with the girls because of his good looks. Now, they were engaged to be married, but before the wedding ceremony, the girl caught a fever and died. Her grieving family insisted that the young man go ahead with the marriage, despite the fact that their daughter was dead. He decided to run away, as I'm sure you would, and joined the army instead. But the girl's family had such power and influence over the city that they were able to force the man to return and go through with the wedding ceremony.
So it's kind of like a shotgun type of wedding.
Yeah, just on a way more demented level. And then when this photo was taken, it was midnight and the girl had been dead for 6 days. If you look closely at the picture, you will notice that the girl's feet are not touching the ground. Also, there are 2 lines of Chinese characters behind the 2 people. You can see one behind the man, and that's upright and straight. And behind the woman, it's reversed because she's dead.
Yeah.
So they say that if you stare at the photograph for a long time, you may see the girl smile back at you. If you see her smile, bad things will happen.
All right, put her here. I'm gonna look at it.
That is weird.
There you go.
All right.
Yeah, we'll definitely have to post
Well, that's
that
the thing.
up.
There's with the idea of seeing her smile, you do have the ability to control hallucinogenic properties in your mind.
Yeah.
So that could just be an influence.
One of those things.
Yeah.
Kind of like how they say the eyes of the Mona Lisa will follow you.
Oh, yeah.
It's just
Exactly.
perspective. You keep looking at her eyes. Doesn't matter which way it goes.
I'm disappointed she didn't.
But then
smile.
it could be, and you never know. There's
a good thing,
forms of meditation where you do stare into objects until it starts manifesting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But she does have the facial expression. Is like, is this over yet?
It kind of just looks like if someone was in a a open casket kind of
Yeah.
thing where they're done up in makeup and the expression on her face is just kind of ugh.
Yeah. I think it's weird how they used to do a bunch of that stuff back in the day where they would have them posted up after they're dead. They do death portraits.
Oh, yeah.
Of people.
Well, because what's it called, miscarriages were so often back then that they didn't have the time, or most people didn't have a one picture of their child.
Yeah.
So when they died, well, we have to get one now. So that was a way for them to grieve.
Yeah. Quick, take the picture before she stinks.
Oh, God.
That's messed up. Yeah. What other one do you have? I know you had 2. No, what's
That was just a story.
Oh, just a
We're gonna
basic
start
story?
off with Mike's the King Tut.
Oh yeah,
King
yeah.
Tut.
Let us know what that is because I've never heard of that. Maybe I have.
All right. So hold on. It's actually called The Curse of the Pharaohs. Pretty much, The Curse of the Pharaohs is off of Wiki because it's so much crap for me to memorize. So, The Curse of the Pharaohs refers to the alleged curse believed by some to be cast upon any person who disturbs the mummy of an ancient Egyptian person, especially pharaohs. This curse, which does not differentiate between thieves and archaeologists, allegedly can cause bad luck, illness, or death. Since the mid-20th century, many authors and documentaries have argued that the curse is real in the sense of being accused by scientifically explicable cause such a bacteria or radiation. So, yeah.
And I like this one because this was one of the oldest documented curses.
Oh, yeah.
And it's not until the news started portraying it that way and people started really believing it that it started affecting the people that died from it.
Yeah. All right, we have.
If you hear like certain things on the ground like that,
You want to address it, dicks.
Love you.
boss is squirming on the floor.
Yeah, he loves when we call him that. But yeah,
Come
back to Tut and the curse.
Yeah. So I don't know. So before I actually get into hard on Tut's curse, what do you guys think about it?
It's fucking out there, man. There's so much stuff with the Egyptian culture anyway, where they believe in all sorts of curses.
Yeah.
So I'm like, hey, it's possible.
I think it's like all in the sense of and the idea of respect. Every like that's what I forgot. I was gonna bring out my crystal ball and show you guys that because every magical item, in a sense, or like even when you create something, like imagine you're creating a spear. You know, like you have the intent that you're building this thing to kill or to provide for your family. So in that sense, you're giving it mystical properties that will guide it to be what you're aiming to be. The same thing goes with these tombs. It was a housing protection area for these pharaohs.
Yeah,
you know, therefore, everybody that built it put in that energy towards it. So it is protecting them, and that's why we're seeing, I believe, the effects. And then once the media went out about it, and more people started believing into the curse, and that's why like curses don't work unless you yourself believe in it.
Yeah.
And then that kind of like supercharged it, and that's why 8 out of 80 were killed by it.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Yeah, which is kind of weird.
Yeah.
So pretty much, so from all the from the Pharaoh's curses, the most famous one is obviously King Tut's. I'm not gonna say his full name because Anyways,
Just try it.
Tutankhamun. Yeah. No.
Tutankhamun?
Yeah, Tutankhamun.
Yeah.
There you go. Chinga somebody. So pretty much the belief in a curse that was brought to many people's attention due to sometimes mysterious deaths of a few members of Howard Carter's team and other prominent visitors to the tomb shortly after. Carter's team opened the tomb of Tut in 1922, launching the modern era of Egyptology. So pretty much it was open. The first mysterious death was that Lord Carnarvon. He had been bitten by a mosquito, and later lashed the bite. Oh, there we go, shaving. Lashed the bite accidentally while shaving, and it became infected, and blood poisoning resulted in his death. 2 weeks earlier, before Carnarvon died, Mary Corolli wrote an imaginative letter published in the New York World magazine, in which quoted obscure book and confidentially asserted that dire punishment would follow any instructions into a sealed tomb. A media frenzy followed with reports that a curse had been found in King's tomb. Though his was untrue, the superstitious Benito Mussolini, who had once accepted an Egyptian mummy as a gift, ordered immediately removal from the Palazzo Chigi. Wow, I didn't know that one. So pretty much keep going.
Wait, who would give a mummy as a gift though?
I would.
Really? Like, here, take this fucking mummy.
But it's jerky.
But that's what's weird.
Like Futurama.
Like I like if anybody gets cursed from it, like they kind of like imagine just someone raiding your grave and then giving you away as a gift.
Yeah, like,
it's just
that's
so disrespectful.
Yeah,
to
this is
me.
disrespectful to the max. And plus, none of us really know what happens when you die either. You don't know what your soul does, or if we even have souls.
Well, that's the thing. Like, I believe in all this, but that's what makes it faith. Because I acknowledge the fact that I could be completely wrong.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
You could just be turned into a ficus. Who knows?
But then again, if we're wrong, then
Ficus.
all well. But if we're right, then
Yeah.
Right.
Exactly.
So-
There's a lot of things like, dude, if certain religions are real, then
Right. So this is very lengthy, so I'm just gonna cut to the chase. Deaths popularly attributed to Tut's curse. The tomb was opened on the 29th of November 1922. Lord Cameron, obviously from his blood poisoning, died on April 5th, 1923, after a mosquito bite. He dies 7 days after in the tomb. George J. Gold, a visitor to the tomb, died in the French Riviera on May 16th, 1923, after he developed a fever following his visit. Prince Ali Kamel Fahmy Bey of Egypt died July 10th, 1923, shot dead by his wife.
Jesus.
Yeah. Colonel the Honorable Aubrey Herbert, MP, Carnarvon's half-brother, became nearly blind and died on September 26, 1923, from blood poisoning related to a dental procedure intended to restore his eyesight. Sir Archibald Douglas Reed, a radiologist who x-rayed Tut's mummy, died on January 15, 1924 from mysterious illness. Sir Leek Stack, Governor General of Sudan, died in November 19, 1924, assassinated while driving through Cairo. A.C. Mace, a member of Carter's excavation team, died in 1928 from arsenic poisoning. Damn.
Yeah, that's... I don't get how people get their hands on arsenic and all these other poisons so easily.
You want to know?
Well, back then it was a lot more available.
Rat poison and
like
stuff,
everything.
Apple seeds.
Really?
Yeah.
I think it's made from that, right?
So that's why you're not supposed to eat apple seeds? Whoops.
Well, and high
No,
contents
like,
of it.
that in the mold that grows on it, I believe.
Yeah, but high contents of apple seeds, because apple seeds produce arsenic naturally.
Well,
So yeah,
now you know.
now you know. All right, back to these fools. The Honorable Mervyn Herbert Carver. We talked to him. Oh no, another one, half brother, and how do you say that word? That's too white for me.
Aforementioned.
Thank you. Aubrey's Herbert full brother died on May 26, 1929, reportedly from malaria from pneumonia. Captain the Honorable Richard Bethel, Carter's personal secretary, died on November 15, 1929, died in bed in a Mayfair club, the victim of a suspect smothering.
So that's a lot of deaths revolving around this.
Yeah, two more. And then we'll move on. I know. Richard Luttrell Pilkington, Bethel III, Baron Westbury, father of the above, died on February 20th, 1930. He supposedly threw himself off his 7th floor apartment. And then Howard Carter opened the tomb on February 16, 1923, died well over a decade later on March 2nd, 1939. However, some have still attributed his death to the curse.
So pretty much whoever goes near or opens this tomb dies.
Supposedly, because pretty much the 50 people who did it was around, only 8 of them died.
Yeah. Could
So
be
it's
just
like
a coincidence or...
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
But-
So
Like
a lot of
survival
people,
of the fittest.
yeah. So a lot
That's
of people
still weird,
think is coincidence about it. So
I mean, 8 people is still a good amount of people.
Yeah, and there was like another case about this frozen man that was found, and 7 people died in that instance.
that one too.
Ooh, that's interesting.
Like same kind of circumstances where it was like.
Was he like
off.
a holy type of person? Or
No, they have no idea who he was. A caveman essentially.
It was George.
Oh,
Yeah.
Jesus, that's weird.
So it happens, and like that's the thing. Like, okay, what we were saying that it could either be because it's focused, like with the King Tut, it was made to be that, like protection and curses. Whereas this Iceman, nothing was set up, yet it had the same effect.
But yet, nobody knows what the guy was into, or
Exactly,
the people he
yeah.
hung around, or whatever.
Exactly.
So they could have been of the occult, but I don't know anything.
Well, that
about
would
the person.
even be saying that the occult predates like religion or technology.
Yeah.
Who knows?
Yeah.
Who knows?
That's why I love it. It's
Well,
always
and
fun.
it also depends on what religion too. But
Yeah, that's true.
That's very different.
Scientology.
Which is Sumerian like 2.0.
Yeah, pretty
Yeah.
much.
It's weird.
Yeah, it all
weird
goes in one
stuff.
big circle.
It really is. Man. Curses, I don't know. They kind of freak me out.
And what was yours?
Well, one of mine was it's called the eBay haunted painting. Yeah, supposedly it causes sickness, screaming, and fear.
What does it look like?
It's actually pretty creepy
It's
looking.
like I don't know. It's a little kid standing next to a little doll.
Oh,
I'll send
heard
you
of
the
No,
picture
I've
of
seen
it.
that one. Supposedly the artist drew it off of a old picture that was taken of him as a child.
Something.
And the little doll next to him, that was actually his neighbor. And they're like, I don't know why he drew her as a doll, but supposedly that was the girl he like lived next to.
Yeah, that's weird.
Yeah, so like the story behind it is really interesting. What did you get
Yeah.
on it?
How much is it on eBay?
It doesn't say how much it goes for.
Oh damn.
But yeah, the little thing on it, 'cause it's a short description of it. It's in 2000, an anonymous eBay seller listed a painting created by artist Bill Stoneham called "The Hands Resist Him." This painting is now largely considered to be one of the world's largest haunted works of art. The painting features a boy and a creepy doll standing in front of a glass door. The painting was created in 1972 and purchased by Hollywood actor John Marley. Don't know who that is.
Or was that? No.
It was then bought by a California couple before going up for sale on eBay, along with a dire warning about the problems involved with owning the object.
Damn it.
It's like, who wants to buy this? Warning, you might freak the fuck out.
Yeah.
But people like that shit. Like
They do. There's
They're like, we
people-
warned you, but hey.
There's collectors out there that love everything on it just because they like to build their museums or whatever.
Actually,
people
Honestly,
buy
if I had the money, I probably would do
Yeah.
something like
it.
that.
Same here.
A lot of people do that. Like,
I would buy fucking Annabelle.
Well, like that's why I like. I think that there's other shows.
I don't think I think they've gotten offers. Like the Warrens have gotten offers.
They won't do it.
and
Yeah,
they
they
won't sell
won't
it
do
at
it.
all. They won't sell anything from their.
I actually
want
to check out their house.
Well, I like the reason,
Yeah.
like the reasoning behind that is that rather than like, because everybody's like, oh, why don't you burn the thing and destroy it?
No.
Because then you're just letting the entity out, you know, towards whatever it wants.
Yeah, right
to
now
jump
they
on
have it
next to.
trapped in like a little, like I think it's like an enchanted type box.
Yeah,
So
Yeah, all you have to
protected
do like
with all that stuff.
same thing with these cursed objects. So you know, like I brought my crystal ball, and I'll just post up some pictures on it so you guys can see.
Yeah.
But like I enchanted that and the idea of like doing good work, you know, like just seeing the future or just like premonition work or anything like that. So it doesn't necessarily mean like it's always bad. Like the Warrens items, like half the stuff they do by making enchanted like cabinets and stuff, they're doing exactly what Wiccans
Yeah, to
witches
keep
do.
things from getting out.
Yeah.
You know, put something bad in.
But what I
Yeah,
get curious about is like same thing with the ghosts that we talked about before. Is like once their family's gone and it loses its purpose, is that when it changes? Because let's say these items weren't so much bad when they first started, but when it loses that purpose, it chanks on a new one.
Maybe I think it also depends on how people treat the item. You know,
Yeah, because always disrespect
if
leads to.
somebody takes care of the item, if it's like one of those cursed objects that, you know, if you don't mess with it, it'll be fine. You can just have it around. Because how many times do people have cursed items in their house and nothing happens until they start messing with it,
Well,
and try
yeah.
to throw it away and
Well,
get
honestly,
rid of
like,
it and stuff?
the
and
way
then
I look at it with-
gets pissed off.
with my tarot cards. Like, let's say I died and then someone found my tarot cards later on. And rather than using them for what I use them, like self-growth and helping people, they're just using it like a parlor game. You know, I can imagine that the spirits that help me with that are still tied to the cards, would get upset.
Yeah.
You know, because they're using it in a disrespectful or toyful manner.
Well, and then like Annabelle and dolls, those are, and it's pretty much like for good and bad spirits or even demons, if you want to go on that aspect, it's a hollow body.
Yeah.
So
Well, we'll get on
Yeah,
Annabelle
yeah.
in a few because I have that one as one of my.
oh yeah,
favorites, too.
okay.
Well, that's
'Cause I really love talking about that one.
It's a good one. I
Yeah.
just I have a theory too, like because imagine I want to do it as a story where, you know, inanimate objects get possessed all the time, right? So what happens when we come up with cyborgs or like autotomic,
Anatomic.
right? Like
Yeah.
cyborgs, walking machines.
That's a whole
So what's gonna
different
stop?
thing.
Like what's gonna stop a demon or something
From taking over
possessing
one of
that?
yeah.
That's true.
And they
That'd
just
be-
write it
that'd
off
be
as a miscalculation or something.
Yeah. Yeah, this picture is fucking creepy.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, it's weird as all goddamn hell.
Well, if you're like listening to the podcast, pretty much it shows like a little white boy with blonde hair, and the way he's painted, it's like he has
eerie.
age in his face.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, it's not a little boy's face. It's like
like
an
a-
older man
in a little boy's
Body.
body.
Yeah,
It's
so
weird.
that kind of throws you off a little bit, and then the girl standing next to him is drawn as like a life-size porcelain doll.
yeah, it's weird.
And then in the shot that they're standing in front of, right behind it, it's like one of those classic painted seals. And it's just black within the shop. And all you see is like ghost hands coming out towards the window behind this kid.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
true.
like some things that's happened in it, like according to the couple, the figures in the painting moved around at night, sometimes disappearing from the canvas entirely. The boy in the painting was said to actually enter the room where the painting hung, and everyone who viewed the painting reported feeling sick and weak. Small children would take one look at the painting and run from the room screaming. Adults sometimes felt like unseen hands were grabbing them, and others said that they felt a blast of hot air as if they had opened like an oven.
Fuck that.
Yeah.
Well, that's creepy.
Even those who viewed the painting online claimed to feel a sense of unease, dread, or terror when looking at the painting. One person even claimed that that their brand new printer refused to print the photo of the painting. However, it worked fine on every other print job.
The printer's like, fuck this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, somebody actually bought it. Like the painting was purchased by an art gallery in Grand Rapids.
Where's Grand Rapids at? Michigan?
Michigan? Yeah.
Let's go to Michigan.
Yeah. When the gallery spoke to the artist who had created it, he was surprised to hear that his work was at the center of a paranormal investigation, but he did mention that 2 people who originally displayed and reviewed the painting had died within a year of viewing. The hands resisted him.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
I want to look at it now.
It's super weird. I'll send you the picture of it, but it looks...
Yeah, if you guys are watching
creepy.
on
and you
YouTube,
can see like little hands and faces in the background and all
No
this
way.
weird stuff. Yeah, like look in the bottom corner, bottom right.
Oh, shit, yeah.
You see stuff there. You see them you see stuff all over the place in the glass.
Holy crap.
So he painted that knowingly, but it's...
what's really trippy is like the idea that he drew it based off a picture
Yeah.
in his childhood.
Mm-hmm.
So like,
So what
I
kind of-
really wish we could see that original
But
picture.
here's the other question. What kind of fucked up shit happened to him?
Is it
Who knows?
I don't know.
Maybe it's just all repressed memories.
That's,
you know?
yeah.
Well,
the
like
other thing.
see, like another thing when you imprint onto these objects. You know, when you create something for a reason. When he's painting this, maybe he was letting out those like psychological holdbacks onto this painting.
That makes sense.
Like kind of
could be
like
a possibility. That makes
Psychologists, they'll
sense.
tell you take your anger, put it into a stone, and throw it into a river. You know.
Yeah. I just call that a waste of a rock.
Yeah.
No, but yeah, that is weird. I would want to go and take a look at the picture like in person.
Yeah, I would
be
too.
great.
You know, just to actually see it. 'Cause I like that kind of stuff. I love different weird art. Like I even want to go to the Warrens and check out their museum.
Dude, I really want to go. Where is
what
that
is
at?
it, like Ed and Lorraine?
Yeah.
Right?
I think they turned it into a museum as well.
Yeah.
Okay, and then like speaking of dolls, before we get to Annabelle, I'd like to talk about Robert the doll, which inspired Child's Play, Chucky and all that. This was the original story back in 1906. There was a family, Robert Eugene Otto, and his father, and he named his son the same name. Pretty much owned slaves. When the mother was pregnant with Eugene, she sent the father to the like Jamaica, that area, to those islands to retrieve some slaves. She came back with 4. The husband took a little while to get back and got a little suspicious. Turns out the nanny came back pregnant. You know, the mother really didn't like this and put the lady in an outhouse for 9 months. Just fed her bread and water.
Holy shit.
She had the baby, and days later, the baby didn't make it.
Yeah.
Died.
Malnutrition and everything.
Yeah.
Now, at the same time, Eugene Otto, he was now living at the house. He was a young boy, pretty much only a couple months older than its half brother.
Yeah.
You know, you would think that the mistress or the nanny would hate the child, but really she took it on as her own. You know, she looked at it as her own baby.
Yeah.
Even breastfed at sometimes.
Oh, wow.
So she
Well,
really
that's a
did
very
try to
common
protect it. And then at some point, the mother of the slave owner saw the 4 people doing Santeria. Like they were doing the rituals and cut off the head of a chicken. So the mother got pissed, you know, sent them away. And the abused mother of the slave child, she begged, you know, please don't take me away, because she wanted to stay and take care of Eugene. Once the slave owner just was fixed on her mindset, there was no going back on it. So she sent her away, but before she went away, she created a doll for the boy. And that's what this doll, which you'll see right here on the screen, pretty much all homemade. So it's like 3 feet tall, burlap, kind of like sack, with a little sailor's outfit.
That's so creepy.
Black eyes, and it's aged since. And I don't know, I kind of got the feeling that she probably made this beforehand after her baby died and found a way to give her baby a life.
Yeah.
In a sense, because I have a feeling that's who's possessing the doll is the baby
The
doll,
original.
and maybe that's why it has some anger, you know, because it got killed before it even had a chance to live. Because Eugene and this doll, pretty much Eugene was named Robert Eugene Otto until he started taking care, like living with this doll, went everywhere with it. Parents reported him talking to it, and there would be voices talking back to him. The doll was left alone. You could see it moving around. Like, people from the streets would report it. At some point, Eugene ended up saying, "I'm not Robert. Don't call me Robert.
Yeah.
He's Robert." Yeah.
What the hell?
That's when Robert the doll got his name. He doesn't go, like, Eugene just went by Eugene by then.
Yeah.
And at that point, it's just like, it really seems to tie into that. At some point, they ended up moving. The family moved away from their original house in Florida to Paris. He forgot about the doll, got married. Years later, as a wedding gift, the parents gave him his original house.
Oh, God.
So lo and behold, he goes to the house and finds the doll in the attic.
That's fun.
Same obsession. Now he's an adult man, married, carrying this doll with him everywhere.
Yeah.
Makes him his own room in the house. He gets his own room. You feed him first because he's the head of the household. The wife started losing her mind because, like, this guy's losing it.
Yeah, I don't blame her.
Yeah, and then, like, they would lock him in the basement, but then he would, like, Robert supposedly was complaining that he wants a room with a view. You know, and then everybody would report seeing him walk around in the attic. And then it even got to the point where Eugene started beating his wife and then claiming, "It's not me, it's Robert." So it seemed like, even to a certain level, that it started possessing him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Started
Holy
getting into him.
shit.
So years later, a new family moves into the house, finds the doll in the attic. Weird shit starts happening. They donate it to a museum in Florida that you can go and see.
Is that the same doll that gets mad if you take pictures of it? Or
Yeah,
something
that's
like that?
exactly the same doll.
Wait,
Now-
what?
Yeah, you could. They originally, when they first took it into the museum, they didn't have a glass case around it. You know, but the first night they left it out, they came back and it was everything was just messed up and thrown around. You know, and then the doll was sitting in a different chair somewhere else. So that's when they encased it in glass. But if anybody comes, like, he's actually sociable towards people. He's been reported to move in the glass case at certain times or smile. And then, but if you take a picture without his permission, and then another idea of disrespect.
Yeah.
You know, because he feels like he's a person.
Yeah.
You know, like, I think he was this kid.
Yeah.
You know, this slave kid, which is really sad in a sense.
And now, yeah, he's just sitting in a glass box and people are
So what
looking
does he
at him.
do if you?
Well,
fucking
people
take-
don't believe it, so they'll take pictures. Like, if it was me and you want to test it, you would. And there's letters and letters and letters from people, like, begging for his forgiveness. Like, please, I'm sorry.
What what happened?
Just like one lady got a car accident right after leaving the museum. Just random things like marriages fall apart. Everything you can think of, just like your life just falls apart, but not in the sense of death.
How exactly would you get, like, to know if he gave you permission to take the picture? Do you just ask?
Because you just
and then-
ask, yeah.
You ask
just
and
the
then
idea
take
of
it?
asking and then, yeah.
Oh,
But these are people that just took it without, like, regard, or just in that, like, fuck you, I'm taking it anyways.
I'm gonna do it, dick.
And then
Yeah, that's not good.
within days, they say that they get a letter every time.
Really?
Yeah.
That's bizarre, man.
That's
Yeah,
crazy.
I love it.
bizarre.
And you
Scared
can
the
see
hell
where
out of me.
you can see where they got the idea for the Child's Play movie,
yeah.
because
Which
That
makes
makes
a
sense.
lot of sense.
the
Yeah, it
Haitian,
does.
like the voodoo and using voodoo in order to transfer your soul into something else. Yeah.
That's crazy. I want to go visit this doll now.
Yeah, it's all
Yeah, so
about
check it out.
Florida,
There's a bunch of cool stuff on YouTube about Robert the dog. He's afraid of it as well.
Dude, you don't tell me no.
man.
I
Yeah,
don't even like. I promoted this for the parents, and I didn't even want to look at the picture of Robert because I know the entire story of Robert.
Yeah.
From beginning with the witches practicing the voodoo to the point where the husband gets obsessed with it. Did you guys already?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And then to the point to you need to ask him permission to take the photos. Of
that's
Yeah.
exactly where
See, our boss, he
asking
just
permission.
So,
Yeah.
So,
if
will
you
you-
guys remember Matt from a few episodes ago, that's who's talking right now.
yeah, he grew up with the story, and he hates the idea of
wait,
even promoting it. 'cause
how
it-
do you grew up with the story?
Well, like, this was back when the only source of horror material was
Yeah.
via, like, Travel Channel.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So I found out about Robert by, like, the age of 13. I'm 27 now.
In like one of those like museum mystery type things, right? Or
Yeah, it basically, it briefly explained Robert, and I started searching the internet for
Yeah.
Robert, and I found out the entire story through that.
Oh, okay.
And
man, that was a while ago because the internet
Yeah.
took forever back then.
yeah, so like this was basically someone that specialized. It's a website, and I believe it's still up, and it's just called Robert the Doll. And
All right,
it's,
we'll definitely check it out.
Yep.
It's a
Look it
huge
up.
website
Or
with that.
Yeah, I got it.
Oh, it's alright.
Yeah, so it explains it from head to toe. Did you guys go into the full details?
Yeah, pretty much we went through the whole story.
Even the footsteps of him running around.
Oh yeah, I forgot to mention that because people reported
Yeah,
seeing him
he said
from
that
the
they
window,
would
but
see him,
they
like,
would hear the
walk around,
footsteps.
Kids would not pass by that person's house because they said Robert would be either staring at them or trying to scare them and stuff.
Oh, there we go.
Yeah, that's
Crap.
So
Yeah.
so it's actually still up.
It's Robert
The doll.
the doll.org.
Yeah. So and even people that worked in the museum, they'll hear Robert giggling. Or like,
I really want to stay the night then.
See, I think
You can
that's
actually stay the night
probably
as well,
one of the
yeah.
creepiest
They have
things you
extra
can
room.
hear is when you're by yourself somewhere and you hear like little giggling or laughing and footsteps scampering around.
Well, that's
or
freaky
when
about
you're
it.
house sitting and you see a random face in the glass window.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Aaron had a
I
nice
had
little adventure here.
I had a babysit
studio.
house sit for the dogs for our boss Matt.
There's
here.
a store for him.
And his house like supposedly is haunted, but then being alone and just I kind of scared myself in the idea because I started feeling like okay, someone's gonna be watching. And then he left open some cabinets, and then I wasn't sure if they were that way to begin with, but he confirmed that yeah, he left them open. And then out of nowhere, I see someone like looking through the front door window, and no one's supposed to be at the house, so it freaked me the hell out. Turns out it's just his
Oh, yeah,
friend
we're
parking
doing
his
that.
car.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I don't. What?
Oh no, nothing.
Oh, he's seeing a picture for the
Yeah,
first
we're looking at
time,
the picture.
which I'll show up a lot of
Trying to
pictures here.
purchase stuff and
Yeah, I've
place
seen.
it
No, that's actually not him.
within Ratt Manor.
Yeah.
It looks different now.
Just
Yeah, it looks different now, but that's how they have it.
damn it.
Flip it around real quick.
Well, I'll just edit it.
No,
out.
it's not
Yeah,
actual
he can
Robert.
just- yeah, it's not the actual.
But he's
Robert doll.
cute and adorable. I want
Yeah,
one.
it's adorable.
Just imagine that one.
We're gonna
aged
get
and
one
old
for the
and ugly.
studio.
Yes.
No, you're not.
Yes.
It's a replica.
It's a replica. You
We
want to
can
see
get
it?
a good guy doll, and it's the same.
Yeah, that'd be great.
Have you heard of?
You want to see it?
Did you hear of the?
Okay, and then I like the idea because, like, with possessed objects, there's actually something called a Dybbuk.
Wait,
That's
what's,
like-
what's that?
Real quick before you guys go into that, you could actually buy like haunted dolls on eBay, and there is
No.
a Chucky doll that has been on eBay for a long time, and this guy constantly tries to get rid of it, but every time somebody buys it and takes it away, the Chucky doll returns somehow and goes missing from the house
That's
of the current owner.
I want to know. I want to do that.
If you guys look up on eBay, there are haunted.
We'll see. Or if you guys have a haunted doll you want to get rid of, send it to us.
Yay.
Yeah.
By us, they mean anyone on the podcast, but
We'll just hide it under
Well,
Matt's
yeah.
bed and
We'll-
see
we'll put
if
it
anything
in-
happens.
We'll keep it here in the studio for safekeeping in a
Yes.
glass case.
Right there in the corner?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll put a rosary and a crucifix around it and make sure it doesn't get out.
you can all
Matt's like, you know what? I'm leaving.
Come
Sleep
back. I love you. Oh.
But yeah, that's pretty much the sum of Robert the Doll, and he is an interesting one. I think I saw, like Matt said, like one of those documentaries on TV about it where they just show different objects. I think it's like Mystery at the Museum or something like that.
Yeah.
I think it was on
That's
there.
a cool show, though.
But yeah, I saw that. It was interesting. It was weird. I liked it. But I'm definitely gonna check out that site because I'm sure there's more on
Yeah, it's actually
RobertTheDoll.org.
.org. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. If you just Google it, so
Yeah,
much
it'll
will come
pop
up.
up.
Look, I look on the store. They have you get your own little Robert doll.
Oh,
with,
that
like
was
little
part of
freaking
Yeah.
stickers and shit.
thanks.
What was the? Did you have another object?
Oh yes, this one. This one's
Which
awesome.
which one is it?
James Dean's.
Oh yes, yes, yes.
Okay, so pretty much
love that one.
James Dean's Porsche. It was a rare silver Porsche Spider. Only one. He had one of the only 90 in 1955. Nicknamed the Little Bastard. The car carried an iconic screen rebel to his grave back in September 30th, 1955. So yeah. So I heard about it, this cursed object, but I didn't think how cursed it was. So pretty much after the accident, many fans, blah blah. I'm ready to skip down. So, okay, after the tragedy, master car customizer George Barris bought the wrecked car for $2,500. When the wreck arrived at his garage, the Porsche slipped and fell on one of the mechanics unloading it. The accident broke both the mechanics' legs. Then, while Barris had a feeling about the car when he first saw it, like a suspicious form confirmed during a race at the Pomona Fairgrounds on October 24th, 1956, two physicians, Troy McHenry and William Estrid, were both racing cars that had parts from the little bastard. So McHenry died when his car, which had the Porsche's engine installed, went out of control and hit a tree. Estrid's car flipped over. Estrid, who survived despite serious injuries, later said that the car suddenly locked up when went driving into a curve. It's like, no!
Oh my god.
So the car's malevolent influences continued after the race. One kid tried to steal a Porsche's steering wheel, slipped and gashed his arm. Yeah, Barris reluctantly sold two of the car's tires to a young man. Within a week, the man nearly involved in a wreck when the two tires blew out simultaneously.
Which is rare, dude. When two tires, I rarely have one tire ever go out, let alone two at exactly the same time.
Exact same time.
And then, feeling the Porsche could be put good use, Barris loaned the wrecked car to the California Highway Patrol for touring display to illustrate the importance of automobile safety. Oh. Sorry, I was hiccuping at the same time. Within days, the garage housing the Spider burnt to the ground, with the exception of the little bastard. Every vehicle parked inside the garage was destroyed. So when the car was put on an exhibit in Sacramento, it fell from the display and broke a teenager's hip. George Barkis, who was hauling the Spider on a flatbed truck, was killed instantly when the Porsche fell on him after he was thrown from the truck in an accident.
Jesus.
And
so not only was he thrown from the truck, but the truck landed on him.
Yeah.
Oh god.
So the mishaps
is bad.
Yeah.
Bad
and here's the best part on this one.
Not good.
The mishaps surrounding the car continued until 1960, when the Porsche was loaned out for a safety exhibit in Miami, Florida. When the exhibit was over, a wreckage happened en route to Los Angeles on a truck mysteriously vanished. To this day, the little bastard's whereabouts are unknown.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How the hell does a car just go missing?
Exactly.
It's got to be out there. Someone has it in the garage or
hidden,
just sitting there.
Yeah.
Or they, I could just.
I think that's
it's locked in a warehouse somewhere, and the owner died, so now it's just left alone.
Right.
Yeah.
Ooh, that's a possibility. That is a possibility.
I just imagine,
what was that one Stephen King movie with the car?
Christine.
I think
that inspired it. Yeah.
It could have.
I was thinking that as you guys were talking, that it had to, because imagine at the time, Stephen King being younger at that time, hearing those stories, just like we talk about these stories, definitely would have based it.
Oh yeah.
So,
especially the way it locked. Yeah.
It's like, nope, fuck this curb.
Nope. All right, do you guys want to do
with the Dybbuk, I like the idea because we've been talking about cursed objects and then possessed objects.
Okay.
Which is two different things.
What is this? Because this is the first time I ever heard about it.
What? Oh, the Dybbuk?
Yeah.
Did you ever see the movie The Possession?
Yes.
That is essentially what the Dybbuk. Well, it's
does not ring a bell, but
it's loosely based on it.
Pretty much the definition for a Dybbuk is a malevolent entity that is trying to possess someone for a malevolent reason.
Oh.
All right. So in a sense, it doesn't define the box or what that movie's based off of. But in that idea, just like we were saying, some things are darker because there's even something called Ibbik. Yeah, an Ibbik, which is the opposite. It's actually a spirit of goodwill that possesses you to give you more strength and help you achieve your life's goals. Mm-hmm. So in that idea, I really like it because it actually shows the two sides of it rather than
so like a Phoenix Down.
Yeah, and what these boxes, or they're called demon Dybbuk boxes, is because they're made to in-house those demonic spirits. Or pretty much the way they're called is they're dark spirits, but they're not demons, but they're trying to get to that level. Yeah,
they're just evil spirits working their way to becoming demons.
Yeah.
Is that? Well, we'll do that on the demon episode.
Yeah. But in that aspect, so this box is usually made by a rabbi. Mm-hmm. And it'll have different items in it, stones with writings or holy scripture on it. And it kind of looks like a little wine box. And the original story behind the possession movie was kind of like this guy found something on eBay. Mm-hmm. You know, he found it. It was like, okay, well, like, I'll take it. His friend sold it to him. And then just out of nowhere started getting like a little bad luck here and there, but nothing too serious. But then he gave it to his mother as a gift. After like a day of having it, the mother had a stroke. Or actually moments after having it, like his coworkers came running in. Your mother, you're like, you need to come. And she was just like comatose, like sitting next to the box.
Yeah.
Yeah, and just it ruined her life. And that's kind of like how they start the movie. Well, with Hollywood, she like flies and gets slammed into the wall, but she really just had a heart attack and pretty much life ended after that.
Yeah.
And then after the fact, it was passed on to someone else, and then bad things started happening to them. And then it ended up going back to the original owner, and then this guy pretty much now has it into like his own museum in a sense, where he keeps it there, and he made a box lined with gold to keep that box in.
Yeah.
So it's like an outer worldly metal of this gold, kind of like silver in a sense, where since he has it lined, it keeps that force trapped
inside.
Yeah.
That's smart.
Yeah, it's really crazy, and that's why I like the idea, because I always see these other podcasts like, why didn't you just burn the thing? No, don't do that.
You might piss it off more.
Or you just might let it out and just that was the only thing holding it back.
It's like in Ghostbusters, man, where they have all the spirits trapped in the one thing. They're like, don't do that, don't do it. They hit that button, man, and then they all go flying out.
Exactly.
So if you see a creepy box, don't burn it, don't destroy it, don't kick it, don't fuck it, don't touch it.
Just leave it.
Yeah. Let somebody else deal with it. Just let somebody else deal with it.
You're right.
I don't want to deal with that crap. Dude, what would you do if you got in contact with like a box and it was somehow cursed or possessed and you didn't know after a while and you're like, dude, well, I'm having some shitty luck lately.
Like Jumanji?
I try to analyze
Jumanji wasn't so much of a curse. It was just
it was
board
there.
game.
It was like that gave him a choice.
Yeah. All right, anyways.
Like, you want to play? It's like a Ouija board.
Exactly.
If I got something like that, I would literally like put that box in a box and then chain it and put that in another box and then throw it out in the ocean.
But to get through the box,
Yeah.
you gotta line it with gold.
Everything with gold and silver, man.
Exactly, and a little bit of sage.
Silver and
Right.
gold.
What if you burn it in a fire of sage?
Ooh.
You're still letting it out. The whole purpose of the box itself is to trap this thing. Yeah. It's essentially letting the bear out of a bear trap.
Yeah.
Like the whole purpose of these haunted objects.
Yeah, but he'd be hurt for a little bit.
Yeah.
Because like if this thing can do what it did while being contained into the box, imagine what it could do if it was just out.
That is a great point.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't
Pandora's box.
Exactly. Yeah.
Who knows?
Either I'll throw it in the ocean or freaking bury it.
I don't know. Bury it. I think burying
Actually, too,
is probably
is
like the best.
Salt.
What if,
Sea salt.
Right.
So
Oh, yeah, salt.
bury it with sea salt?
Yeah.
Well, there's a great movie called like Warlock, where the evil guy, he's trying to find like these pages of the devil's Bible. And it tells him God's name, and if he says God's name backwards, it undoes like creation. And at the end of it, like after she wins, she ends up going to like a salt like
Refinery.
a natural salt like foundation, and just buries it there. So like he can't even like step foot onto the area.
fucking place.
Yeah,
That's smart,
I
man.
loved it. Yeah,
Until they go out of
the
business.
sequel did not go there. So like,
It's like, fuck.
Yeah, the next one is my personal favorite, just because I love the Warrens and everything they do.
Oh, yeah.
It's, of course, as you've been hearing, it's the Annabelle doll.
which I think is a Dybbuk.
You think so?
Well, it's a dark spirit like just possessing an item.
So it's like Robert the doll.
Well, I don't know.
But, okay, but here's
Robert was a little different because I feel like
But here's the
his is
thing.
more like Robert. I think was the
It's like a
the innocent
Pinocchio type of-
child.
it's like a
that
Pinocchio
was
type
put
of
into
thing.
the doll.
But here's
Whereas
alive.
Annabelle is possessed and,
By a darker
and
spirit
suited.
and-
Yeah.
But here's the thing. But here's the thing, though. That's on your assumption of it.
That's just my assumption.
But
Yeah.
they were doing voodoo.
But then,
All right, hold on. Let me read the-
well, what's the argument with like voodoo versus Christianity? Just because they're doing different things, doesn't mean they're doing it with malevolent intent.
Well, doesn't matter on malevolent intent. Okay, so we're gonna kick fucking Christianity out of this fucking subject right here.
Well, I know. I'm even talking about like paganism.
No,
and
yeah,
stuff like
yeah.
that as
But
well.
though, but you also got the stuff that's like what attracts to voodoo.
How do you say? Because the idea of like killing the chicken, it's not so much of
it's not
killing something. It's a sacrifice. You don't want to kill the chicken, but you use it and you use the force to transform it into something else.
Fucking. Well, if you want to go,
It's that negative connotation. That
but
I'm sorry if I'm getting upset about.
No.
Because you hear voodoo and you automatically assume that it's devil worship or something.
Oh no.
With anything, there's always the light, and the dark.
Yeah. Exactly. Yeah.
So that's the question. What side were they fucking with?
I don't think it was. I think it's turned into something. Like, think about it though. If they were trying to do something good, and like this woman was abused, turned into a slave, and then her child was pretty much killed in front of her. Like through their actions, their baby was killed. Exactly, and all she was trying to do was give her child a chance to have a life. But now that this thing's living on, and it's kind of become his own thing. It's done some bad things, but not necessarily
the way that the Annabelle doll has.
Exactly. Yeah,
I get you.
But like I said, dolls are an empty vessel. So
anything can really shoot their body into there if they really want to or desperate. I think it's mostly an act of desperation too.
We've seen everything you can think of.
Yeah, I think if something goes into an actual doll or something, I think that's more of a desperation of wanting to actually still be in a humanoid form,
or trying so desperate to re-achieve something they either wanted or was taken away from them.
Well, fuck it, I will go inside a Ken doll.
Makes sense.
Yeah. Well, here's a little background on the Annabelle doll. Well, who's got her name Annabelle? Doll. In 1970, a woman shopping in a thrift store bought a Raggedy Ann style doll for her daughter, who was in college. Weird. Her daughter liked it and put it in her apartment, but soon she and her roommate both noticed odd things happening involving the doll. It would move by itself, often being found in another room, or even though no one had touched it. They found small scraps of parchment paper, which they didn't even own. Yeah, that's fucking weird. The childish handwriting scrawled on them. What?
Mm-hmm. Wait, what?
What? So there's old school type paper with kid writing on it.
Crayons that they couldn't find.
Yeah.
They had no idea where the materials were coming from. But
I was scared to have a doll
even
like that.
found the doll standing impossibly on its rag doll legs one day. So on its flimsy cotton filled
I think there was
legs,
even
it was just
a report
standing
where
up.
it walked towards them at some point.
Yeah, the frightened girls contacted a psychic medium.
Well, there's a
who
reason
told them the doll was possessed by the spirit of a young girl who had died in the apartment building, Annabelle. Annabelle said that she liked the college girls and wanted to stay with them. What? So they told her that she could. Unfortunately, granting the spirit this permission led to increased paranormal activity in their apartment, including having a male friend getting attacked by the doll one night, leaving vicious scratch marks all over his chest and torso. Jeez, at their wits' end, the girls contacted renowned psychic investigators Ed and Lorraine Warren. The married duo soon found the doll is not possessed by a spirit of a child at all. Rather, it is possessed by a demon who had lied about its identity in order to get close to the girls, perhaps intending to possess one of them or both of them. Sneaky little bastard.
Well, yeah, that's how. Sneaky. That's why I think this thing picked something like the doll.
Something
it's
adorable.
Innocent. Exactly. Yeah. It's a pitch you can buy. Yeah. Oh, it's a child. Oh, it's innocent. We can help you, and then gotcha.
Yeah, the girls.
It got them to lower
the girls
the
ended up giving Annabelle to the Warrens, and they put it in a glass cabinet case in their museum. Ooh, and they're a cult museum, so they have a whole bunch of stuff in there, which I love to check out.
We gotta make it. We gotta go.
Yeah, they even have a warning sign on that says "Positively do not open."
I wouldn't touch anything in there. Actually.
Oh no,
yeah, dude! Imagine if you just slightly touch something and it gets stuck to you.
Well, then I just get put to the test, because I practice all the, the protection. I even got protection spells, but I've never had to use them.
But
I don't think I would want to.
That'd
be weird.
Fucked up part with having a doll like that or something made like Annabelle. Cannot hear it sneak up on you.
That's true.
That is weird. You would not be able to hear it and it'd just be popping up. Dude, imagine you watched it, you placed it on a chair, you turn your back and you turn around again and it's on a different chair, like on the opposite side of the room or something.
It's you won't hear it. That's the thing.
Little tiny footsteps.
You won't hear footsteps. It's you're oh, you were there. Wait.
But see, that's the thing. Half the time you think wait, did I put it over there? Because how many times do you it gets to the point where if it was so blatant that you would notice it, because I think these things do things on a level that make you second guess your own self.
Mm-hmm.
You know, wait, did I put that there? Did I open that?
I think most of the poltergeists and I think evil spirits and stuff like that are usually in places. They usually start that way, messing with one's mind to see how their reaction is going to be.
Oh yeah,
well, I think it's like a way. It's like a psychological warfare in a sense. Because like, look at what happened with them. It kind of it got their guard down, made friends with them, and then attacked.
Yeah.
You know, once they gave it permission, which honestly, once they gave it permission, they gave up all protection or like psychic, like, because we all have our own ways of protecting ourselves. Period. Mm-hmm. Once they said the permission, they gave up those psychological reflexes.
Yeah, which I think on investigations, I not accidentally, but I purposely do that, which is, it could end up being horrible because I tell things like, if you want to, like, feed off of my energy, like, come to get, I do stuff like that. Because you're just going to
pull things in looking for that.
I know, but in the end, we're looking for proof. And if that's the only way to get it, then...
But that's the thing.
That's
we're discussing proof now, and even solid proof is only held to, like, opinion.
Yeah.
With this world.
Because sometimes things will happen, you'll hear things, but nobody else can hear it, nobody else can see it, and you're just left looking crazy.
Essentially, what you're looking for is
we're crazy together
for yourself.
Yeah. No, but it's, I don't know. Demons are an interesting thing. Even like evil spirits who just want to, who I think...
Well, that's the whole thing, like the word demon or demonic, it's not so much like devil, but it's just dark entity.
Yeah.
Do you think a lot of them who actually done possessions have at one point practiced a darker form of like Santeria or voodoo or
I would
some kind of darker practice?
I would.
Like witchcraft and stuff?
I would. I like to touch base with everything. The one black magician I follow on, he knows voodoo.
Is it the shroom guy?
Yeah.
How many forms of darker, like it's magic and stuff like that?
There's a lot.
Everything. That's like the way he describes black magic. It's not so much dark, but hidden. You know, it's the hidden side of it, because
kind of like the forbidden, like
exactly. Like think about it, like what's more of a test than like knowing that you could kill somebody with magic, but then not. That's the ultimate test.
It's like having a gun and not shooting people.
Exactly, because you have the option, but you're not crazy.
Someone.
You don't do it. You know, you have to have that balance. But then again, you want to be able to know how to protect yourself.
Yeah, that's true.
Like, so pretty much kind of like fighting fire with fire. You'd rather be ready.
Yeah. Well, think about like everybody.
Sense at all.
My whole argument with it is that like everybody chooses to protect themselves by ignoring it. Mm-hmm. You know, if I don't pay attention, well, then it won't pay me no attention.
That's just ignorance.
Exactly, because how many cases do we hear where people didn't do anything and they're just flat out attacked?
Yeah.
You know, and what then they'd have no idea what to do, and then they seek shamans, or when priests don't work out, they'll find the next religious person who found a better way or believed in themselves more than the other.
Well, it's like I said, like a few episodes ago.
Yeah.
It's like when like any paranormal, especially with spirits, either good or bad spirits, and they're like, hey, notice me. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And then they're like, oh, you're ignoring me. All right, cool. Fuck you. I'm going to start doing all this reckless shit. Like, and then all of a sudden, I think there's a ghost in my house. I'm like,
but don't you think there's some too that they try doing things so you can notice them and you don't? So then they increase their
activity?
That or I would think they move on, because like it wouldn't be like, I don't think they're tied to this area. I think they're going to move on and look for someone that can see them.
Yeah, but what about the entities that are tied to the area? Tied to either an object or an item.
Yeah, and I think it does depend
like
on the person possessing the item. Like, depending on everybody's own views, they might be tied to it. If they didn't view that they would be tied to anything, then they're free to go. Yeah. It really depends. Like, you're held to your own beliefs.
Well, there was a story, too, where I could be wrong, but I think it was Tommy Lee. Where supposedly he moved into a house and there's like a ghost or something. He brought a spirit in, or not spirit in, but he brought a psychic to come in and talk. And I guess there was a little girl that she got attached to him, and she hated his girlfriend because.
Oh no! It's Dave Navarro.
Is it?
It was Dave,
there you go.
It was Dave Navarro was a little boy, and the boy's mother.
I thought it was a little girl who got attached to him.
No. So pretty much it was Dave Navarro. There's two spirits in his house. Mm-hmm. It was a boy and the boy's mother. Mm-hmm. They were killed by the father and husband, and So they both got attached to to Navarro, and it was weird because he knew that she was around. That she had like a I think lavender or some kind of flower perfume. So that's how he knew she was around. Mm-hmm. And every time when Dave Navarro's at that, I guess that time, his girlfriend used to come around. Mm-hmm. She fucking pretty much throw fits because she didn't like her. So it was like, he's mine type of deal.
Yeah.
So it pretty much it got pretty bad that he had to move.
Yeah. Well, he didn't want to move. He said that he wanted to stay, but she would not deal with it anymore. Like his girlfriend would not deal with it. She would come over. Yeah. So he ended up moving, but before he left the toy for the child.
Yeah, the little toy boat because they had a second medium, and that's how they found out.
That's a new conduit.
Yeah.
So he left a toy.
A new conduit.
But like that.
So say that toy moves.
But there's still spirits that attach themselves to a person for some reason.
Yeah.
Whether they like how they are, their energy's good or whatever, they attach themselves to either, so they can attach themselves to pretty much anything they want.
Oh yeah, it's like.
But then they think on a deeper level. What if Dave Navarro was the reincarnation of the father that or maybe on that some kind of like they're seeing something that he like underneath the veil doesn't realize.
Yeah. Well, it was, but like the whole attachment of a person type of deal. Granted, I enjoyed the movie very much, but I don't know what other people. I think it was called Shudder. It was like it was like the Japanese one.
It was a good premise, but it just poorly done.
Well, but anyways, but the whole that concept though,
moving through the TVs and stuff like that.
No,
or like the radio waves.
No, it was a different one. It was a Japanese.
I think you're thinking of White Noise.
You're thinking no.
There was another one like
no Echo.
Was that?
No, Pulse. There we go.
Pulse. You got it.
There. No, so I think it's called Shudder or some snaps
with
like
the pictures then, right?
Yeah, with the pictures. It's the same concept, same connotation as The Ring.
Say Cheese or Die.
Or The Grudge type of deal. But it was picture. Yeah. And then pretty much the synopsis at the end of the story of the movie, the guy, she finally pretty much got her man type of deal thing. And he can like see him like getting all hunched over, and then he's taking and he's getting X-rays done. It's like, well, fuck, we don't know what's wrong with your fucking back. And all of a sudden, you see the ghost like this,
grabbing him.
Hi,
just weighing him down.
Yeah, just weighing him down. So it's like
that is creepy.
Yeah. So I do believe that spirits can like somehow attach themselves to a person or whatnot.
I can imagine it though. Yeah.
It's like
So, man, that's fucking weird,
right?
Well, yeah,
ghosts and attachments. I don't know. I think I've had some things with things being attached. But
I need to look. I want to start looking more into that.
And like to the listeners, let us know what you believe. Do you believe in reincarnation? Do you believe that it's just one and done? Do you believe in the heaven, hell, purgatory, or I don't know. I like to believe in a little bit of it all mixed in.
I love.
So please, we'd love to hear your side of it.
I love researching everything. So if you're barely getting into the paranormal, I'm not saying we're experts, but I
like to say I'm an expert. Thank you very much. These notes show otherwise.
Oh, sorry.
Look here.
Sorry, Professor.
No, hey, I've made money doing tarot card readings.
Besides
on a
me
technical
and
level,
besides Aaron, me and Mike are nowhere near being experts. But if you're looking to get into it, keep listening to our podcast. We're going to try to dive into as many things as possible.
And if you guys anything,
just do any kind of research. Really, just look stuff up.
Or if you want us to research into it, like
any suggestions,
I'll find the story
for that too. Yeah, we're open for that too.
Give us a call or leave a message or text or.
Let me pull up the number.
That number.
Well, actually, I'm throwing it up right here. I got a promo now, so it'll
come up on the video.
Yeah, hit up that number.
The number is 714-684-1652. Again, that's 714-684-1652.
Oh,
you got a story
for our listeners. I forgot about them. Sorry, guys.
Give us by the way, you guys can call, leave a voicemail, or if you guys don't want to call, you can also text.
Or even do a voice like recording and email it to us.
Yeah, that too. Then if you don't want to do that aspect, hit us up on our Facebook page, Hunt for the Paranormal Podcast on Facebook. Leave a comment of your story, or even message us, or you can hit me up on my personal Instagram, the Great Depulio, _Great_Depulio,
or me under acidic_Aaron. Also, if you're in the Orange County, LA County area, we could also bring you on the show and have you tell your story.
Yeah, true.
Here.
That too.
Yeah, so if you want to be on a podcast, let us know.
Yeah.
And, hit me up on my Instagram, Twitter, all that stuff is
Yay.
Hooray for Jose, HURRAYFORJOSE.
Yeah.
All one word. And yeah, that's it.
Till next
Hope
time.
you guys enjoyed yourselves.
Yeah.
I know I did. It was fun.
Always.
Always a good
All right,
time.
let's
I
go
love
scare
Scary
Matt.
Matt.